It is reported that Skomota made over 1 million rand at his peak. And his manager even bought himself a 2023 Ford Ranger, yet Skomota was barely getting paid 1,000 rand.
So when I'm going to go to Fabuka, Milo Rosanju is more and over.
People around Skomota were clearly upgrading their lives while Skomota's life didn't change at all. And just when you think things couldn't get worse, trust me they do. Today we look at how Skomota was used to make money and where he is today. Skomota did not become famous because of talent or big opportunity. He became famous because of the internet found him funny. People shared videos of him dancing and talking, and most of the time, the laughter was not kind. It was the type of laughter that turned someone into a joke.
Who's Skomota? I don't know his story, but as umuntu nama special needs and the way he looks, even till today, people.
How does he look?
People make jokes about it. They tease him.
How does he look, sir?
People tease him. That's how he looks.
At first, it did not look serious. These clips were everywhere. People were reposting them, and his name started popping up more and more. To the outside world, it looked like a man enjoying sudden fame. As the attention grew, money followed. Promoters started booking him for events, his face appeared on posters, and crowds showed up to see him. From the outside world, it looked like he had finally caught a break. But behind the scenes, things were already going wrong. The people around Skomota were not focused on helping him. They were focused on keeping the moment alive. Alcohol was always around, parties never stopped, and girls were always nearby. As long as he was distracted, nobody had to answer hard questions. While he was busy partying, others were handling the money. They took the bookings, collected payments, and enjoyed the lifestyle that came with his name.
Skomota ana account yawe. Chelete tsena ka gara moruto a dikota. I tsene ka skotha. Batho ba tshwa kana hore nna maybe ke tšhelete ya Skomota. Nna ke tšhelete ya Skomota. Chelete tsena ka gare ga mang moruto a dikota.
Very little was safe for him, and no one was thinking about what would happen when the hype died down. As time went on, his public appearances became harder to watch. He often looked confused and heavily intoxicated, and people started getting worried that he was being overused and pushed too far, even though the cameras kept rolling and the bookings did not slow down. Instead of stepping in, phones came out, videos were posted, and the cycle continued. This is where the downfall really started. When fame is built on being used, it never lasts, and when the spotlight moves on, the damage is already done. This was only the beginning. As Skomota fame grew, so did the number of people around him. Suddenly, everyone wanted to be close. Some said they were helping, some said they cared, but in reality, many were there because his name was hot and his image was making money. Different people started using his popularity for their own gain. Event promoters used his face to sell tickets, content creators used him for views, influencers used him for clout, and everywhere he went, cameras followed. But very few people were truly looking out for him. It was no longer about his well-being. It was about who could benefit the most. One of the most talked about moments was when Buckley tried to date him. On the surface, it looked playful and entertaining, but to many people watching, it felt strange and uncomfortable. Skomota was clearly not in a position to fully understand what was happening around him, yet moments like these were turned into jokes and content for the internet. Instead of protecting his dignity, people used the situation for attention. Later on, Buckley revealed that Skomota was being controlled. She said he was not making his own decision and that people around him were directing where he went, what he did, and who he interacted with.
Along the way, and then the sad part about Skomota Anna say Bamirisa, of which I do understand, but Lena, I feel chance.
This confirmed what many people had already suspected, that Skomota did not truly have control over his own life during this time. At the same time, Limpopo Boy and Makhadzi tried to promote him and push his career forward. Their intentions seemed better, as they wanted to help him grow and reach bigger platforms. Limpopo Boy even tried to get Skomota gigs out of South Africa, hoping international exposure could turn the viral fame into something more serious and stable.
Yeah, life is good. Thank you very much, guys. I'm going to disconnect.
Shout out to you. London people, we're coming. Birmingham, we're coming. Manchester, we're coming. Shout out to you. Skomota Limpopo.
But without proper guidance and management, even these efforts struggled to truly change the situation. Around this period, Skomota Pitori was also said to be involved. There were reports that he tried to take Skomota away from Murutu Arikota.
No, I get it. Was Kotan. One more really house to lead to was and Doraya. Apugani Moniana. Hebe Kaba fish. Bakera opportunity. Yawa Babylon. Mamochile. Remember, South Africa and the Lulu opportunity.
This shows just how much interest there was in controlling Skomota's career. Instead of one clear plan to protect him, different people were pulling him in different directions, each with their own intentions. Skomota later mentioned that he was being paid 1,000 rand and sometimes even that amount was short.
So when I'm going to go to Fabuka, Milo Rosanju is our Moe and Ovesha.
Nabong Patao. Maraus Pelele.
While money was clearly being made around him, his own payment did not reflect the crowds, the bookings, or the attention he was bringing in. Skomota Pitori later said that they made more than 1 million rand while working with Skomota. This statement shocked many people. If that much money was made, it raised serious questions about why Skomota himself was left with so little. Then there was Murutu Arikota, who was closely involved in Skomota's work and bookings. Murutu was always seen wearing expensive clothes and even managed to buy himself a Ford Range. While Skomota remained in the same unstable situation, the people around him were clearly upgrading their lives. To many, this became a symbol of how money was flowing, but not in Skomota's direction. Slowly, it became clear that Skomota was the product, not the partner. His image opened doors, but those doors mostly benefited others. While he kept showing up, dancing, entertaining, and being laughed at, the real rewards went to the people standing beside him. The fame was loud, but the support was quiet. This is when many people began to realize that Skomota was not being helped. He was being used, and once that happens, the fall is never far behind. After a while, the phone stopped ringing, bookings slowed down, then they stopped completely. The same people who once rushed to be around Skomota were no longer calling. The fame that once felt loud became very quiet. With no work coming in, Skomota went back home in Limpopo. Away from the cameras and clubs, life returned to a much slower pace. There were no crowds cheering, there were no promises of big opportunities. It was just home and a reality of what was left after fame. But even back home, the using did not fully stop. Instead of being supported or helped to rebuild his life, Skomota started appearing in promotions again. This time, it was for local events. His face was used on posters, his name was used to attract people. He was called out to dance and entertain, just enough to bring attention, but not enough to change the situation. In some cases, he was also used during elections period. He appeared at events linked to political campaigning, including gatherings linked to the ANC. Once again, his presence was used to pull crowds and create excitement. It was not about his voice or his future. It was about what his image could still do for others. Skomota's story did not end with fame. It faded into quiet use. From viral star to forgotten name, he remained useful to people who needed attention, but invisible when it came to real help. In the end, the industry moved on, but Skomota stayed behind with the weight of it all. His journey showed that fame can disappear fast, but the damage it leaves behind can last much longer. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe and check the one you see on the screen. And I'll see you guys in the next one.